Hi, this is Cecelia from Tarot by Cecelia, and this is your weekly tarot guidance for the week of October 26th through November the 1st, 2015. And all I can start with is, woohoo! I really think, guys, this gets better each week. Is every day perfect? Absolutely not. But it's getting better. We're starting to see, things that we want coming our way. I don't want to go out on a limb here and say wishes coming true, but I don't think they're the wishes that we thought about. Now that I'm looking at this is different. I think this is the beginning. You know how I keep talking about June and how there's something coming in that's leading you to something that I think a dream that you long ago abandoned. Interesting. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I've got one of my own. So we'll see what happens with that. That is truly, truly awesome. What a way to begin the week. And you know what? Life will continue to be an adventure. It's showing me that, there are twists and turns here, and that you need to have faith, and that karma's playing a big role in this. Really, truly is. There are obviously things that you will always be attached to. It's a permanent bond, like maybe being related to family, even if you never see them, things of that nature, bonds that cannot be broken. But there are changes. Wow, there are super big changes coming. And it's almost like a little gift coming your way. I like this a lot. I also want to remind everyone, as this week ends, for this forecast, and we're heading into November, that's a month. It shouldn't be just November, honestly, but it's a month to give thanks and remember. So always remember that caring and sharing, and talk about this all the time. So, always when you can, even if it's just holding a door open for someone, help people out. There's always someone less fortunate than you. I have to say these things when I remember them, because I think if we all get together and are as kind as can be, that we can do so much good in the world. So anyway, it shows me here that you have a little something that you just haven't tried yet. It's like, let me check this out. It's like having another trick up your sleeve, that type of thing. And we'll have to see where this leads you. But this is definitely a very positive week. I think as each week passes now, you're building a firmer foundation for yourself. And the things that were the troubles that bothered you, I want to say since 2012, oh my, just you feel as though the stars are shining on you more, like the universe is shining on you more, bringing you what you need, a little bit at a time. It's not this major, overwhelming, well, maybe it is. We'll have to look a little further here. But, you're leaving it behind, and you're heading out into unknown territory. This week, and I hope you follow my dailies as well, okay? Because you can see the patterns that are taking place. This week is definitely one where you feel as though you're on the road to recovery, okay? Finally time to put all of that nonsense behind you. I love it. This is so good, because you're going to see that you're finally entering your change, okay? This is a whole new chapter in your life, but it's also a change that's for the better. And some of you are going to me, messaging me every day, Cecelia, do you really think it's for the better? Yes, I do. In the long run, I know you had to give up something that really mattered, but in the end, I think you're really going to wind up with something that you really wanted. So you might get a glimpse of it, okay? Because I just feel that, like, it's starting to come your way, starting to come your way. Major change is coming in. And we're really, right now, working towards that set of eclipses in March. And I think that's when it will be revealed to you which way you might really be headed. Because right now, I think you don't know. You have all these things to work out, new things to get used to, things to leave behind. Very interesting. I also see for some of you, looking for that ability to save money, okay? And if you're not able to save money, just really trying to shore up that financial foundation in your life. But there are definitely reasons this week to celebrate, to raise your glass. And, you know, I want to put this in a way that it doesn't upset anyone, because I see something coming in totally out of the blue, like totally out of left field, that would like to disrupt the balance of things a little bit. But I think that whatever comes, if you remain patient with it and just accept the change, because what it is drastic change coming your way, and it sets things in motion. Well, you've been having motion, but this motion is different because it could be like a steamroller going through your life. And I don't think in a bad way at all. Okay? Let's keep that in mind. The best thing you can do with every day that you have is find the positive in every day. All right? And try to work with others as best you can. Go with the flow. Oh, sometimes it's hard. It is really so hard to, have the patience. But, it's going to sound funny because I don't mean it in a way, but yes, in a way, you could be a master manipulator with kindness. And I definitely don't mean this in a bad way. I mean this in a good way. I think you can affect more change in your life and the lives of those around you by choosing your words very, very carefully. And instead of feeling trapped by your situations, I think that you can, work them to your advantage. You just have to make sure that you get along well with those around you, whether it be in your family, in your work environment, in a relationship environment, and none of this, going off the deep end. After all, now this week, on the 27th, we have a full moon in Taurus, which I see that way back there. That, that inability to move. Don't let that happen to you, okay? Because the universe is going to come pick you up this week and get you going. So don't try to stay stuck in a certain spot. Now, there are some things that still give you pause for, I don't want to say concern, but just because you simply don't know how everything's going to turn out. And we can't possibly know how everything will turn out. Remember that. This is interesting because, it shows me that you're dwelling too much still. Just go with the flow. Maintain the balance. Maintain the peace and harmony. Don't worry about what you can't see, because it will be revealed to you. And there are some interesting things coming in this week. Like I said, you're going to find that the things that are happening are really starting to pull you away from the nonsense that has been taking place. I'm watching some of you struggle from week to week to adjust with the changes. This week is really going to push you a little bit further along your path. I like this a lot. Now, also, wisdom. Wisdom is so important. It goes in with the reality thing as well. And having the wisdom to sort it all out, all right? Are you being realistic in your expectations of life? Sometimes it isn't all pie in the sky. Sometimes you truly can do everything you set out to do. The most important thing is to believe in yourself. All right, you put in the proper work, you cultivate it, and you reap the rewards. And there will be no delays around what you're trying to do. The success comes with all of this. This is a very positive week. All right, and it does hold a small financial opportunity. Is it a good one? Is it a bad one? I don't know. We may have to pull some extra cards for that. But, I see again, and this comes up all the time. So I guess I'm supposed to be the ambassador of goodwill here and say, be kind to everyone, be gentle with everyone. And remember, everybody is in this journey together with you. So, remaining down to earth and not letting, no matter how much you have or how little you have, not letting it affect you. And don't sit idly too long, Don't say, oh, whatever, this is not true. You don't see what's coming. I'm telling you, what's coming for you is better than what you've been through. So let's take a look at these extra cards, shall we, and see what's going on. Yeah, see, don't let anything deceive you. By the end of the year, there's a much cozier situation in life. And you are, wow, absolutely feeling much better about a lot of things. A lot of things. You're not going to be able to hold you back because this week really set some things in motion. Now, also, as you start to see what it is, like the direction. Now, mind you, there's going to be some more twists and turns you can't see coming. So I said, don't be deceived by anything. But you may want to rework that picture of your life. I like to call it the picture because I do believe that too many people out there become focused on life has to be a certain way. No, it doesn't. Absolutely not. But what I see coming is a much better picture that is, happier, where you feel more free and certainly proud of your accomplishments. You're going to be amazed at the things you accomplish between now and next June. It's really going to be a very, very positive thing. I like this so much. I think you're going to feel like you're on a constant journey of coming and going and not being entirely sure, but you're going to find that as you see this starting to move forward so much, that life really has come full circle and it's starting to take you off in a whole new direction. So get ready because this week is certainly going to help do that. And I think I'm going to end there. And I want to make mention that there are a number of ways that you can connect. And if you're viewing this through any form of social media, such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Reddit, you'll see that my links are at the bottom. Okay. So you can come over and message me on my Facebook page if you need to talk. And you may also join, there are 3 groups at the very bottom that I admin. We do some special reading events on 2 of those, and we'd like to see you there as well. So I want to just say thank you for listening, and everyone have a great week, and I'll see you here again next week.